Whoa, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Tesla and what I got wrong. Now, for those of you that have been following the Bear family for some time, you already know that I'm a big fan of deflationary technology. It's one of the reasons why I love Bitcoin and blockchain. The movement of this wave of technology that really reduces the consumer cost of producing something has been inherent the whole way. The cell phone that you have in your pocket right now versus the cell phone that we had just 10-15 years ago is exponentially cheaper and exponentially better at a bunch of different things that it can do. So when I started looking at Tesla last year, I got into a conversation, and for those of you that know me personally, you know that we were looking at it at around $350. And I made a comment to someone when we were looking at basically it was right after Elon Musk had brought in the vehicle up for the new Cybertruck, and people started writing memes about it left, right, and center. And then out of nowhere, right, smashes the windows on stage. If that was on accident, it was one of the greatest marketing plays I've ever seen. I think Elon Musk brings something so unique to the table in his ability to really capitalize on the changes that we're going through now. These electric cars are technology, and that's what I think I missed. That's what I got wrong about this sector in general, is that they're building a tech platform just like Facebook or Twitter, but for cars. I see this kind of wave of the future now where instead of buying or owning a car, you might just have like a token ownership or a subscription in a car model where every month you get X amount of kilometers or drives and the car will just show up, because they auto drive, and it'll pick you up and it'll take you wherever you want to go. Isn't that crazy? They get better. The cars get better as time goes on because they can update a lot of the computer, and they're so much more reliable. These engines, fire toys that we've built, they have so many moving pieces and moving parts. You're going to end up with hundreds and hundreds of pieces that go up and down and spin around in circles that need oil because of all this heat, and the cars are prone to break very frequently. Whereas with a tech platform like a car and only a single drive, you just have one maybe two engines, right? You have two engines that just go forward or backwards. That's the only two moving parts aside from the wheels and the brakes, etc. So the complexity of the engines are so much smaller. So when we were looking at Tesla at $350, what I failed to recognize is that this is a tech platform. This is going to be something similar to Twitter. This is going to be something similar to Facebook. And it's a really, really brilliant play. I think Tesla here at this day and age has the advantage to do something really unique, because as we move into these deflationary events, consumer costs should be going down dramatically. Why have a bunch of choices of cars around the world, right? Between a Toyota and a Nissan. If you can build a platform that makes the average user's car come down significantly, ride share those cars, start and having them be able to drive pretty much all by themselves autonomously, then it opens up the ownership of like a micro part of a car, where I could have the car, like maybe actually these roads here in Costa Rica, I'd need one of the Model X's with the wing doors, because there's no way you're getting up this road without a 4x4. You wouldn't even be able to try. But this, I think, is going to be a wave of a bunch of other platforms that really, really remind us that technology is on route to making things cost almost nothing. And I know it's not here yet, but I do believe eventually we're going to get to a spot where energy itself is so easy to produce that travel is pretty much free. And that's a mind-boggling thing to try to meditate on, is that inevitably the deflationary nature of technology will eat the entire energy sector, not right away, but inevitably. And you will have these mass platform distribution centers. No, I wouldn't be surprised if you start to see Amazon like 3D print stores show up, where you'd have your like kind of local Amazon. You can get pretty much anything you want delivered there, and then they'll print most of your like electronics and a bunch of other things that you need in the future. We are headed into such a wild time in terms of technology, and I think Tesla is a beautiful hallmark. I think Elon Musk, in his focus with these, where we are right now, a hallmark of the times that we're headed into. which is going to be a lot more access for a lot more people. The same way these cell phones, like we can produce a video now, we can send it out on YouTube, get thousands of views, because the deflationary nature of technology puts the power back in the hands of the people. Sure, we could argue that YouTube's centralized, but anybody that has a phone can produce videos, send it, and have followers. That's amazing. That's deflation. You used to need millions of dollars to be able to do that kind of stuff, to curate content for an audience. And it's in the hands of anyone who has a cell phone now. And that's truly remarkable. Anyways, it's Tio with the Arcane Bear. Really excited to see Tesla up like another 10 or 12% on the day. So yeah, that's probably a good investment, but this is not investment advice. I think investing in any type of deflationary technology at this point in age is going to be super, super smart because they're trying to inflate at the same process at which these tech companies are deflating prices.